opens up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. Do you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have
and nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Vikings. James Washington, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in box. terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The extra point up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And this could be a whole lot of fun, because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Chopper. Hurry.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. High throw, but the catch is made. It's a pickup of 10 on the Bears' first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now, you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete to White. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guys going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Well, let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A look at the numbers for Ross from last week. 4 catches, 51 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Watch Mike. Go! Get that quarterback at all costs. 52's the hut.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And they should be set up for a big game. They have one of the hottest offenses in the league. They're coming in riding a winning streak. But we've seen these quick turnaround games really wreak havoc with what you've done previously. Hopefully they simplified their offense, and they'll just let their playmakers go out and do what they do best.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
48's Mike. 48's Mike. I'm on. Chopper. Slam. Check 43. Kill.
On third down, Dickerson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. Switch. Undercrush. Check the backer. Load it.
Here we go on 4th down. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Get in the weight room.
2nd and 5. Setting up the screen for Cook. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Throw left side complete. That's Houston. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. His first catch, good for nothing. And a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is Cook with the ground. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. These two teams all tied after one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run, Cook. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give to Cook out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
And he finds Cook. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 8 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back to throw here. This is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 14-yard touchdown, and the Vikings have taken the lead. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
49, check 49, check 61, matchbox, right. Hey, watch it.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. It's caught. This is White. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. 23 yards to pick up there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check 99, check 99. Grace don't travel, Ready, go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one complete to Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 23 yards on the play. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back.
The pass on first down. Complete to Tyler Lockett. Gain on the play. First down, Minnesota.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught. Lockett. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Vikings send out their punter. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go, baby.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Reed. Let's get off the field, defense. 50 seconds.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's got White here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That goes for a gain of 31. First down now, but that clock rolling.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. On the left side, a catch by White. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 20. 5 yards that time.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Chad Hunt, 50. Clear. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. In the early window, lots of good matchups to choose from. We'll highlight the game in Detroit, a big one for the Lions, as they'll square off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Then later, they'll let the humidity die down just a bit in Jacksonville, a late start, where it'll be the Jaguars taking on the LA Rams. And lastly, on Sunday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop? The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They go to Elliott again. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4.
Holding.
And this looks like it's going to be holding. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 84 yards as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's Still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game. Pretty remarkable.
And so let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he was with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
The pass on 1st down. Intended for James Washington.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
yeah.
Backside guys,
nah.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Blue dot Porkers. Kill. He's coming. We got flat.
On first down, Dickerson. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
It's our field. Go. It's our field. Ready to go.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 47 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Scene 6. And go!
He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 21 yards away as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
A drive that time of 6 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They start the drive with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man open. It's Ross. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. But it's brought in by Washington. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, You can't have those kind of plays.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. The Vikings on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
2nd and 10. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Tackles. Yep. Motion. Mike's 54. Come on. Delta. Come on, boy. Go.
They'll drop the throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
General, flash. Hey, watch that. Let's go.
Back to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down on the scoreboard, 1:54 on the clock. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike,
try and start this drive in the air. This complete to Lockett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back to throw here. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll look to throw. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Point after, right down the middle. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here we go. You got 3 down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on...
And got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.